WEFM is SVG.
19 minutes on to 11 o'clock here in St. Vincent and the Grenadine. You're locked on to WEFM 99.9 Clean Fresh Sound, and this is your It's Your Turn program. Remember, It's Your Turn is an interactive program, so the numbers to call are 457-9997 if you're calling from a local landline, 532-9997 if you're calling from a digital cell phone, and you can also send us a message or call us on WhatsApp at 457-9997. This Your Turn program is being hosted by Mr. Cecil Ryan and Mr. Philbert John. Good morning to you, Cecil.
Good morning to you, Karen, and good morning to all our listeners on the WEFM platforms and also on the Star FM and as well Garifuna Radio. We are very pleased to be with you another Sunday morning. It's an upful day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We had some rain overnight, but it was good. There were really showers of blessing because we needed that. This morning, we're going to be discussing a very interesting topic, and we're going to do it in a very interesting and exciting way. And we have first of all, just to say that we have two distinguished gentlemen in studio. We introduce them in a while, but as usual, we want to just turn over to Philbert to give greetings. Philbert?
Yes, Cecil, thank you and good morning. Good morning to all of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and to all persons listening to WEFM wherever you are. It's good to be back as we engage in another edition of It's Your Hand. And as usual, we bring you the interesting topics and we hope that you stay engaged and interact with us. Cecil?
All right, just to let our listeners know that Joel is not with us in studio this morning, but we expect him to call in a little while. Once we get into the discussion, he is well, I'm trying to find out the best word to say, but he's indisposed at this point. That's all. I think that's the best way to describe it. So, Joel, greetings wherever you are. And I want to just hit up a few people. Ms. Harold, good morning to you, and we hope you're tuning in to us this morning. I have to give you an update sometime during the course of the program with respect to Dr. Kwashi, him being on with us last week. You had asked about the availability of his books in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So I have an update for that, and for you, sorry. And I also want to greet, as usual, all our regular listeners who are part of this, what I call, it's a family affair. So greetings according to Sly and the Family Stone. So I want to greet and hail up, shout up all the WEFM and in particular It's Your Hand family. It's a community of good people, of interesting people, of people who want to deepen their knowledge, who want to be entertained, who want to be part of what's happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So we really appreciate your company and we expect you to become engaged with us this morning, particularly our two guests. They're here and they're willing to engage you. So when we get going, please feel free to call in and engage them, send messages. We'll be very happy to be with you and to do that this morning. Pijan, we had a good program last week, and a number of people have reached out to express thanks and congratulations. And I'm laughing because one of our harshest critics who resides abroad sent greetings and congratulations for a good program last week. So I'm happy to share that with the rest of our listeners. But also I reached out to Dr. Kwashi to update him on the responses that we've received. And this is what he had to say, including asking about the availability of his books in St. Vincent. He said, "Morning, Mr. Ryan. I enjoyed our discussion last week, Sunday, and really appreciate the warm greetings from everyone. I am not a fan of radio program, he said, LOL. But I really enjoyed the setup of your radio program. And in response to the question about the availability of the books in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, this is what he said. I am not sure if they are in local bookstores at home, but they are available in almost all major stores and online retailers, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Waterstone, Walmart, Target, Indigo Bookstore, etc. and so on. So they are available not online for sure, in both print and audio, he said, and digital format. But he's not sure, Miss Harold, I hope you're listening, he's not so sure about the availability of the books in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So that's the update from Dr. Kwashi. But yes, Philbert, I had a number of positive feedback. People were taken aback in a very positive way of the depth of his knowledge and his analytical skills, So I just again want to thank him for the work that he did. And by the way, one of our guests is in person, is here, so I want to thank him for playing one of his tunes as well. But we'll come to that in a little bit. Yes, Pigeon, I noticed that Barbados on the 11th, they'll be having the activity that we had on the 27th of November.
Oh, yes.
General election. Yes. Yeah, I noticed the Prime Minister, they announced it. And announced with great expectation.
They go full term.
Well, it must be something she read that encouraged her that this is the time. They're happening in quick succession. We had St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They had Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent Grenadines, St. Lucia, and now we have Barbados. And who knows? The others may be coming up soon. All right, so we won't keep our listeners and our guests in suspicion anymore. We want to just move into the main discussion topic for this morning. Given all that we've been having from all the actions and activities and whatever it is from Trump, we thought our discussion for today would be best if we take a look at advice and so on that we've been getting from these two guests since 1985 and after that in terms of our region. So this morning we want to do a discussion on the role of Calypso in promoting socio-political and socio-economic awareness. And we want to take as the jumping off point for our discussion the songs Dignify the Caribbean by our well-known and distinguished cultural ambassador. I'll come back to that. And also sung by one of our leading Calypsonians in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, One Caribbean Nation. So, that is going to be our discussion this morning. So let me just then go and introduce the main artist. The artist. I'm thinking Calypso right now. I'm going to introduce our guest this morning. First of all, I want to introduce one who really started off as a primary school teacher. Primary and secondary school teacher. He was former teacher, trainer, and lecturer at the college, Teachers College. Former secondary school principal, Dr. J.P. Eustace, Memorial. Pigeon, that's yours too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Former university lecturer, UWI Global Campus. former education officer / senior education officer for secondary schools. And in the field of culture, musician, pianist, bass player, and I have a story to tell about that in the band Exodus, plus others. Songwriter, mainly reggae, calypso, and soca, parang genres. Continues to contribute heavily to the music scene in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially the Christmas 9 Mornings festival. Of course, we know him to be a distinguished calypsonian, has been for a number of years in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In terms of his calypso profile, National Road March winner. I was going to say something, but I would give it away before I'm finished. National Calypso Monarch 1985, 1986, and 1998. Calypso Monarch Caveville Campus / Barbados 1986. Represented SVG at many Labor Day celebrations in New York. Leading St. Vincent delegation to Carifesta in Suriname in 2004. And of course, as I said earlier on, he's a designated cultural ambassador for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And all those descriptions apply to one man and one man only, and his name is Carlton C.P. Hall. C.P., let me just, C.P., morning, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Cecil. Thank you very much. Good morning to the rest of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. Yes.
I was just going to say, just remind him that I sat at his feet in St. Vincent Grammar School. He was a prefect there.
So literally you sat at his feet?
Yeah. He came in to monitor the class.
Oh, okay.
And I also worked with him at the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers College.
Okay.
Yes, those are the days.
Yeah, in the field of music, the reason I smiled when I read out 1984. Peter, you remember the theme? Carnival for Carnival in that year?
Carnival, Rhythm and Fun Galore.
You remember it? Yes. And do you remember the man who got the road march in that year? How could you not? It's the same theme.
Same song.
Yeah, this is Man CP himself. Yeah, that was the song in 1984. And I remember that year for two particular reasons. It was coming on the heels of the Grenada Revolution. Sorry, no. Well, yes, it did. But I was thinking momentarily the song that we're going to be looking at in a while. But that came on the heels of the Grenada Revolution, the invasion of the Grenada Revolution in 1983. And also, I was at that time a member of the Central Committee for the United People's Movement. So I remember that that year. And also, CP, perseverance. You don't remember me hanging around the band room in Borough?
Razam's Perseverance. Yes.
Perseverance is
but CP is the man who played the bass in that tune. Right, CP?
Yeah. And then scored the music as well.
Oh, you scored the music? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we traveled to Barbados at Eddie Grant's Blue Wave studio to record that song with Razam.
Yes.
So.
But you know why I remember? No, you won't know that.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Okay.
You are heavily involved in a certain way. I will not divulge.
Well, now I would say it because you have.
You were involved in a heavy way, yeah?
There were three guys who played on that album and played with Exodus at the time. Esmond Jones, John George, and Jardine.
That's right. That's the core.
Right.
We call it the core of Exodus.
You see that? At the time, CP, you remember them? I mean, I remember them. I haven't introduced you yet. But you remember, they were Flames.
I work with those guys as well.
That's right. So I remember that. I remember seeing you putting those strings in the band in Edinburgh band room.
Quite a while.
Yeah, a long time.
Been there.
Yes. And of course, in studio with us as well, he heard his voice already. He's the man who's a distinguished calypsonian here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, has been in many, many finals. I don't remember if I'm talking to a former king. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh yes, a former king. So we have two kings in the house, Calypso kings in the house, Calypso monarchs in the house, and the man who is responsible for one Caribbean nation. So these are two advocates, two men who long ago saw what was coming and was advocating for the Caribbean unity and Caribbean positive and progressive unity, I should say. And now they're here in studio. So Ipo, currently Constant Ipo, morning, and good to have you on the program this morning.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I want to thank all the listeners in Radio Land and cyberspace and all where you could hear me, you know. I'm glad that I didn't have a long readout like CP had. Yeah, because by the time we get through that, the program might finish.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Okay, so it's good to have you guys in studio with us.
So thanks for having me, man.
Yes. I'm sure a lot of people tuned in to hear what you have to say this morning. Well, I have both of you have your songs lined up, but I just want to put in context why it's important to have both of you in studio this morning. I said it in part in a way. What's happening in our region this time, this historical juncture, general, but also more particularly what is happening in our part of the Caribbean, where, as CPS said in his CPS pointed to some of the newness about the region right now in his song, but he's here to tell us live about that. What's happening in Trinidad? What happened and what is happening now in Trinidad? What happened in Venezuela and the aftermath of all of that? What's happening insofar as Trump is concerned, talking about trying to send to dump deportees on our region. So that is the context for our discussion this morning, and I hope. Oh, sorry, I got distracted in a message coming in from our good friend Bongo Shaka, but that's a different matter. Yes, so CP, you're a prophet, man.
I think all Calypsonians are prophets.
Okay.
Oh yes.
But of course
we see things before they happen. Actually,
of course,
right?
I put two.
That's right.
I put two, of course. I think I want to start by sharing with our listeners your latest creation, so that people get a sense of what it is we're talking about.
Well, it's not the latest creation, as you realize. It's
revised.
Right.
Yes.
Updated.
Okay. Yeah. Updated.
Calypso monarch in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the year 1985. As relevant today as it was yesterday. Dignify the Caribbean. Hear me now. The eyes of the world, they focus on the Caribbean. We can't get a chance to plan our own destiny. We're fighting with one another now for this region. For many, many years, they're trying to control we. But tell them they better change up their master plan. You hear me? We don't want another recolonization. Oh no, as a Caribbean man, I'm singing it loud and clear. We don't want another Iraq down here. The Caribbean, we live in peace and tranquility. Caribbean, this region stands for democracy. Caribbean, the superpowers must understand. Caribbean, this region is not a battleground. Come, let's unite as one. Let's strengthen integration. Work as one to dignify the Caribbean. Oh, yeah. message to our leaders. Be strong. Be courageous. There's no time for weaklings. These are trying times in the region. Listen to the message. We leaders fighting for power in the Caribbean. They look like they lost their pride and their dignity. So sad. Instead of trying to eliminate starvation, look, they're choosing to dip their hand in public money. I want them to sit down and discuss CARICOM. Oh yes. A blind man could see long time now there's something wrong. Real wrong. Mr. Caribbean man, be loyal to your country. Fight against the US hegemony. The Caribbean. I want we leaders to understand. The we can't live in peace with guns and bombs. We must work to boost the economy and get rid of crime and poverty. So come, let's unite as one. Let's strengthen integration. Work as one to dignify the Caribbean. Written in 1985. Relevant today as it was yesterday. The Caribbean region, our home, a zone of peace. Let it remain a zone of peace. Come again. I wonder why all my friends leaving the Caribbean. They're going to live their life in the USA. They call it migration. Some say they can't stand the poverty in the region. They're working for next nothing, so they run away. But tell them they're running and roaming everywhere. Eventually they have to come right back here. Oh yeah, Mr. Caribbean man, be loyal to your country. Remember the pledge you made to society. The Caribbean. This place is a paradise. The Caribbean. Oh, yeah. The rain and the sunshine nice. The Caribbean. We must live in love and walk hand in hand. The Caribbean. Respect yourself and your fellow man. So come, let's unite as one. Let's strengthen integration. Work as one to dignify the Caribbean. The Caribbean. We must send a message to Donald Trump. The Caribbean. This region is not a garbage dump. The Caribbean. From Antigua right down to Trinidad. The Caribbean. The Caribbean's nobody damn backyard. So come, let's unite as one. Let's strengthen integration. Work as one to dignify the Caribbean.
So that's it. They upgraded, if you like, or remixed, upgraded really. Dignify the Caribbean. I want to have some reaction before we get into the other song. That one by Hyper. But Pigeon, any quick reaction? No? Well, let's turn over to Sippy himself. Sippy, in 1985, what prompted you to record, to compose and record a song?
Wasn't recorded. It was. This is the first time I'm actually recording.
Oh,
the studio
sorry.
recording. Yes. What's available was the live performance, and that tape would have been lost. You know, it is.
NBC might have it still.
I wouldn't comment on that.
Okay, actually. all right. So yes.
So, but back then it meant that I would have been inspired by the same issues.
Oh,
the more things change, the more they remain the same. Not, the same issues in CARICOM among our people. They existed. and the song I was inspired, as simple as that. But with the resurgence of these issues in the region now, this new inspiration, came from what's happening with the conflicts and, the Venezuela, US, Trinidad, whatever, CARICOM's role, etc. It's a new kind of impetus.
Okay.
For this song is actually 40 years old.
That's right.
Do the maths. It's like 40 years ago.
There are some particular lines in it that I would want to come back to later on.
Sure.
But Ipa, any reaction to the song?
Boy, when CP sing this song, it it crushed everybody. Yeah.
Well, it did in 1985.
CP was a real great performer, not just good performer, but great. And the preparation. I tell you something, sometimes you are the best song, but your preparation is not, and CP always had a good preparation. He had everything coming, and another person who always come with great preparation was Papa Das. Those people had a whole team behind them. I know CP had his people who walk along with him, and he had a great, CP is a professional in his approach, and he did, when he stand out in those calypso finals, and whenever he on the stage, you have to stop what you're doing and listen, and
I want to go into your song, Ipa, and then come back for us to discuss as a package the whole question of looking at the Caribbean at this point in time. But I remember that CP's performance. I was in the park, by the way, that night. So I remember him very well. Of course, CP was slim.
The wind could have blown their way.
So this is Ipa, One Caribbean Nation.
Why should we now change our course of direction? The search for unification is an important mission for our scattered people here in the Caribbean. Individually we just can't make it. Together we must fight and shape it for the benefit of we children. We gotta pave the road for them. So now with proper planning, our goals we will be achieving. With the grace of God the Almighty, we cross that bridge to victory as one Caribbean nation, one cultural projection, one God, one name, one destiny. If we want to live our lives happy, we got to check for unity, yeah. One Caribbean nation, a regional integration. One God, one name, one destiny. If we want to live our lives happy, we got to check for unity, yeah. How much have we profit when the big islands denounce it? We thought that egoistic trip, we thinking that they would benefit. Now Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, economy feeling real pressure. Their money keep on declining, so with the IMF they gone sided. The OECS currency controlled by the ECCD. A most stable economy, that's one aspect of unity. So with the whole region together, working under one umbrella, we'll be able to stand for mighty, holding we heads high for all to see, yeah. One Caribbean nation, one cultural projection, one God, one aim, one destiny. If we want to live our lives happy, we got got to check for unity, yeah. One Caribbean nation, regional integration. One God, one name, one destiny. If we want to live our lives happy, we got to check for unity, yeah. The time is now more than ever for us to come together, putting our differences aside, getting body contention and strife. Let us now build strong foundation and start elevation to move on in certainty, leaving the problems behind. For in this world there's so many changes. Europe now collaborating, divided political policies. They are striving for unity. So we gotta take such a warning for a new day is dawning. Forward to the 21st century, our people gotta move positively as one Caribbean nation, one culture projection, one God, one name, one destiny. If we want to live our lives happy, we got to check for unity, yeah. One Caribbean nation, regional integration. One God, one name, one destiny. If we want to live our lives happy, we got to check for unity, yeah.
Well, the time is now more than ever
For us to come together,
together.
put
I thought-
our differences aside.
What inspired you? As I asked CP, what inspired you to
Well,
pen that song?
yes, this, I could remember Sule, Glenroy Caesar is Sule. See, Hyperboy, they got in a Caribbean contest coming up with you had to write a song about the Caribbean and so forth. So, and you're winning $500. I say, what is this?
500.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say this is so interesting. So I go on home and well, I am not a good musician playing the keyboards and so forth. And I just play more minor, you know, as E minor, you know what I mean? And I play dang, you know, dang. Well, I play chords. I know all the chords, but I playing and I hearing what I want to hear. You understand what I'm saying? And when I finish writing the first verse, you know what I mean? If we try federation and it didn't work as planned, why should we now change our course of direction? The search for unification, it's an important mission for our scattered people here in the Caribbean. Individually, we just can't make it. Together, we must fight and shape it for the benefit of our children. We got to pave the road for them. So now with proper planning, our goals we will be achieving with the grace of God the Almighty. We'll cross that bridge to victory as one Caribbean nation. You know, when I done write that verse, I say, I can't find another verse. I said so much thing in that first verse.
Yes.
I said, Lord of mercy, where am I going to go with the rest?
Okay.
That time, me and Colin Williams, Blue She, me and Colin Williams used to be real buddies because I used to play football for Avenues and he used to be a commentator.
Okay.
And every time Avenues get a corner, I am the man who went kick the
That's
corner.
calling them the judge.
The judge.
Oh no.
Yeah, man, he real good. So I said, boy, Colin, you know, you're writing this song here, boy, and I think the first verse, I even know to go after that because the song got so much thing in it that I can't find it. He said, you know what? He said, you know what I think that keep the Caribbean together? He said that common bond of the EC dollar. You understand? I say just that it telling me. He said that common bond of the EC dollar, you know, playing a pivotal role in the togetherness of the unification, you know, of the little. I mean, just the OECS, eh? You understand what I'm saying? So then I started to develop that verse, and after that I say, boy, this is a home stretch now. So I bring it to conclusion and saying the time is now more than ever for us to come together, putting our differences aside, forgetting about the contention and strife. Let us now build strong foundation and start elevation to move on in certainty, leaving the problems behind we. For in this world, there is so many changes. Europe now collaborating despite the political policy. They are striving for unity. So we got to take this a warning. For a new day is dawning and forward to the 21st century, our people got to move positively as one Caribbean nation.
Great.
Yeah, so.
Reaction.
And let me tell you something.
Go on.
Songs are good, eh? Songs are good. The whole development of the lines and thing. But it always top off with the music. Eh? Let me tell you something.
Who did the accompaniment on the?
Let me tell you something, right?
On the
This song-
recording.
yeah,
Who did the
I'm
accompaniment?
going to get to that now.
Okay,
Eh?
all right.
When I sing this song here, One Caribbean Nation, I wonder if I even read finals.
I don't remember.
You understand what I'm saying? But this song here blow up, and people now started the radio station playing the song, and you know sometimes the judges and them, you know,
Well, we won't blame the judges right now. But I mean-
but you know, let me take the song for what it's
what
worth.
it is, yes.
But the song,
It's a masterpiece.
the song become a big song in St. Vincent. And I have to say, God bless Alston, Beckett, Cyrus. Yeah. The following year, after I sing the song, I had a song called This Calypso Business Ain't Easy. And Beckett was just coming off a teaser, and he wanted to do a project. So he brought me up to do This Calypso Business Ain't Easy. And
Brought
he tell
me up to where?
to America.
Oh, to New York. All right.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So go ahead, go on from there.
So I got the song that of the year that I record this song here is the same year that I competing with This Calypso Business Ain't Easy. And Beckett, in his wisdom, he say, I probably want you to do 3 songs for me. I want you to put your country before your party, One Caribbean Nation, and This Calypso Business Ain't Easy. And I telling you, when I go into the studio,
Don't say anymore. Frankie McIntosh.
oh,
I sense the touch. I sense the touch in
Frankie
it.
McIntosh, boy. Oh, man. when I go into the recording studio and we lay down the dummy track, you don't know I'm speaking when I say dummy track, you know. And they brought us back the 2 days after to put down the real voice in now. And I hear the quality music that Frankie put down on all them songs. And this one in particular, when this song is strike up, because they say this play for us, I say, boy, who's that song? Because let me tell you something, you know. The music in this song is sung like if it's written for a movie.
Exactly. I thought so.
Watch now. Frankie come over to me, say, Ipa, you know something? Your vision for music is different. Because when I am the skeleton shack that we went up with from St. Vincent, I had my own way of how I want my thing. I tell him I want my drum beat, how I want my drum beat go. They say, what you want to touch all the drums, all the but you know, when I do a song, but like when I go by Brian's studio, I record by Brian now. And when I go by Brian's studio, Brian say, what you want to do everything in the song, man? Man, give me a chance to do something in it. Because when I write in a song, everything comes out. I know how I want. I can't play everything, but I know how I want my song to song. You understand? But when Frankie finished with this thing here, brother, oh man, it blew me.
While I was listening to this song again, and I say again because I've listened to both songs many, numerous times.
Yeah.
I do that. It occurred to me that the pan sides are missing out. This is a fantastic piece for pan.
Yeah.
For pan music arrangement.
Yeah.
And I urge those pan people who are listening, try iPods One Caribbean for this year.
Boy.
It's a fantastic piece.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And
Anyway, that was the music.
yeah.
We're going back to the lyrics in both cases. Pigeon, any reactions over?
Not at the moment.
The time is now more than ever
For us to come together.
That line is iconic.
Yeah.
But come together to do what? Sippy, how you see it? Come together to what? To do what? I mean, stop Trump? Stop. Sorry.
Cecil, I have my eyes on the topic,
Yes.
for discussion this morning.
Okay,
I
okay.
know we are absorbed with the music.
I
and-
know.
But I just want to comment on Ipa's song.
Yes, yes.
The lyrical content is heavy.
Mhm.
You know, there are lots of stuff in there. It shows a lot of research for sure. And I want to send a message out there for persons to really take, I'm going to say, the Calypsonians seriously. Right? There's an old mindset that a Calypsonian lives in a rum shop, you know, rum drinker, wayward, uneducated. That's the old school of thought. Because if you listen to some of the work, an example, let's focus on the two this morning. It shows a lot of, I said, research, and I happen to know that Calypso is an area of academic study, right? And I would like us to integrate it fully into the curriculum in schools. You see where I'm coming from? Yes? Integrate it into the curriculum in schools. Cecil, we need several programs to talk about things. Trust me.
Well, I'm going to,
Several
after
programs,
today,
you know,
after
because
today,
there's so many
I'm
things
serving
because-
notice
Yeah.
to both of you after today. You got to be back. But I
because-
just want us to focus on the
I
lyrics.
know,
content.
because we still have to deal with the promoting socio-political and socio-economic awareness. We ain't touched that yet about
Yeah.
the role.
Mhm.
You see? But I'm just trying to get our listeners to understand that the Calypso, which is ours, and we should take the art form more seriously and have some more respect for the creators of Calypso. This song for Ipa I mean, social studies. P. John is a social studies teacher. Federation. I mean, that required research. What is the federation? Ask any school. I hope they know.
And why did it fail?
That is the beginning of the attempt at unification. So here is the calypso, which can be used as content for social studies lessons. And we can talk about the poetry which is involved. So we're talking about language arts, you know, so the integrated approach. But I am hoping, I want to say more when we get to the role in terms of the socio-political and socio-economic awareness relative to what is happening. We're in some serious times, right? And someone from the US told me they don't think that Caribbean people, not just Vincentians, Caribbean people are not taking these recent events seriously enough. You know, and we need to be, I mean, I even have some ideas for the political directorate. I hope they're listening to this program. We Calypsonians, we have ideas beyond writing a Calypso, you know, and I wish they would give us some importance and tap into our craft in a better way for the benefit of the society. But I'll say more later.
You know, CP and IPA, I think, I mean, I share your position that the politicians, particularly those in the leadership of those governing us, need to pay attention to what has been said by Calypsonians, and in particular at this point in time. But I have to appreciate, I mean, I want to ask us to appreciate that there are challenges. They all have challenges. They have to find a way how to react to the current situation. But I think the role is thrust upon more on civil society, which is where we come in as ICIOTAN, as WEFM, and all the radio stations here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have to kind of take up the mantle in a way and be more open, more, well, I was going to say radical, but it's not really radical, but more forceful with the ideas of how we want to see our space created, configured, because they may be in a bind. And plus you have a whole kind of division in the Caribbean right now. And there's a division in all kind of ways. We have to appreciate that. So we have to really push, I think. Your reaction to that?
Well, what I've been seeing happening in the world these days is like the world police seem like the world God. And if you don't follow what the world police or the world God say, you will take away any little thing you have, even in your space. It want to take the very breath out of your body, if he can. And I think the Caribbean people has to try to be more self-efficient, because we have our natural resources around us, the earth, you know, and let we take life for what it's worth, and don't look at the glitz and the glamour that America or any other big country have. Because if we could feed ourselves, it says a lot. And we have to try to invest in what we have and what we could utilize for our sustainability. You understand what I'm saying? Until we start to look at ourselves in those kind of ways, we will always be under the feet of the masters. And it's a terrible position to be in right now. Look at what happened in Venezuela. America went to Venezuela. They say they want to cut out narcotics trafficking. We noticed after Maduro, they stopped hit the boats in them that trafficking narcotics, because that was not even the idea of going into Venezuela. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a sorry situation. We have people who are leaders of our Caribbean space who are aiding in these exercises, you know. It's a terrible thing, you know. I know CP will expound on that, so I will leave it there because he is the man who's speaking about dignifying our space. So CP, I'll leave you to continue there.
No, all right, thanks, Ipa. That is the socio-political, aspect of the thing. But yes, and I will try my best to stay on topic. I have it in front of me. Our role, yes, in facilitating unification. And because we realize there's a lot of fragmentation at this point, and I relate it to the events which are happening. We have CARICOM. And we know that different CARICOM leaders have taken different positions. So CARICOM is not speaking with a unified voice now on the issue, and we have a problem there. Yes, if we follow the news, we'll hear about some countries have already signed memoranda of understanding, and others have not. And these were done like maybe in the dark, if you know what I mean. They were done quietly, and the people are demanding, an explanation, and the leaders are coming on the media and trying to explain themselves away, but much of it does not make sense, I could tell you, as far as I'm concerned. This discussion this morning can go anywhere, Cecil, because in terms of that, the memorandum of understanding, there's some confusion out there in my mind, because I try to follow closely between who is a deportee and who's a refugee, and maybe you need an entire program for that, because I think some of our leaders themselves got these terms, are confused. A refugee versus a deportee. That has to be clarified. We want our leaders to clarify these things, and the whole issue of Haiti, being isolated, and Haiti is a member of CARICOM. You see where I'm going with this now? I have a classroom approach to this thing, as you notice, yes? But the music, the role of the Calypsonian in particular, and these particular themes of unification, I would want to, let me just throw out the idea I have before I lose it, yes? The idea in my head. Creating awareness. I do not think that the population or populations in the region are sufficiently aware of what is happening. And it is the responsibility of the leaders to really bring it to the fore. You said civil society, yes, but there's a responsibility for our leaders all throughout the region to come to us, come to the people and explain what is happening and let us know your position. But like we're saying, CARICOM is fragmented. I'm hearing now about a position of the OECS, which is another grouping. I've heard it. The OECS, there was a recent heads of OECS meeting, and certain decisions might have been made. I don't think they have been made public as yet. But is the OECS going to take a position? Then you have the wider body, the CARICOM, which is where we know that position already is totally fragmented. Then we have to deal with the groupings involved in the Caribbean and Latin America.
CELAC, is it?
CELAC and ALBA.
And ALBA, yes, you're correct.
And CELAC and ALBA. I don't think our populations are sufficiently informed and advised on these. We had a meeting of CELAC recently here. And, I would ask somebody, what is CELAC? And they can't tell me. In fact, it is the Spanish acronym, not an English acronym. It has to be translated, You have to understand what we're involved in. Our leaders are taking us into these groupings, and the people themselves don't understand what is involved. And we need that kind of education. And in terms of awareness through the music, I want to recommend now that the same way, you see, music brings people together for sure. The politicians know this very well. And that is why you see at election time, for the mass rallies, you have the artists coming in, people coming together, and so on. But that is for one purpose. I'm saying now is an opportunity to bring people together now for a different purpose.
But CP, can I stop you there and ask a question?
Oh, yes, please, because I would go on and on.
No, it's all right. I'm glad for you to go on. But even as you mentioned the music that's offered during time of election, And earlier on, you raised a question of ongoing, that's why I said ongoing awareness about these issues, which is really the responsibility of those in power to bring that awareness.
Exactly.
But not only those in power, politicians, really. I have a problem, and I'm going to be, frank about it. I have a problem with the emphasis on music that doesn't maintain or raise awareness during election time, which is really the time.
I was coming to that.
Well,
I was coming to that.
yeah. But you may let me pull back then, and you
Yes,
you go
because
to it.
I was going to thank Cecil. A lot of the content is just for hype, as we say, just to hype and get people in a frenzy. In very few cases, there's a serious message in the music, and we have in recent times we've had a problem with artists using expletives in every camp, in all camps. We know that. Artists had to apologize, you remember that, for expletives, and the content of the presentation had nothing to do with lifting the political consciousness and the social responsibility of our people or the electorate. Yes, that's a serious problem. It's for the hype.
But let me ask you: you think that would be election time would be a good time, for example, when they're doing the campaign, to bring in artists like Ipa yourself, who talk about issues? I'm serious, real issues to do with life and living. Those are the issues that you guys, raising your calypsos.
That is what they should be doing, but that is what exactly the opposite of what they're doing. They bring in, as CP said, is about hype. It's not about lifting the consciousness of the people. And the consciousness of the people is what it should be first and foremost. And I keep saying, right, that we should be taught right through life. You understand? Because life is a developmental process. You start off a child, adolescence, and then you grow into teenage and so forth. And that is how we're supposed to be building. We're supposed to be building that in the same direction that life transcends. And the media play a pivotal role in any country or any developmental process. If you have your media feeding people rubbish, don't expect to get a positive society. You understand? If a person waking up to pull me gun and a shot him on the head, and if you're waking up to that every morning, you want to try to do what is being said from the media, okay? And
as opposed to come together as a region, which is what should be said all the time. That's
exactly. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly.
Or dignify the Caribbean by doing so and so and so.
Exactly. We should be teaching people, as I say, teach people every day. I mean, there's a time for entertainment and so forth where you could sit down and listen to something that is, not so, depth with the understanding. But some songs that played on the radio station in St. Vincent don't play in Jamaica. Some Jamaican songs that recorded.
Well, you call them songs?
Well, I call them songs because I had to show respect for the artists, even though
I call them songs. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, But as I said, people, we need to lift our game, man. And in Barbados, I understand in Barbados, you have to be playing a certain amount of local songs, because we got songs here. We already the amount of music that we have coming out of St. Vincent, we don't play no foreign music for a whole month, and just play songs out of St. Vincent. And I'm speaking about songs that is educational and informative. All right, but we don't do that. You understand what I'm saying? We try to put up people more than we promote people outside than we promote our own. Anyhow, I'll take that shortcut because
Yes, sorry, we interrupted CP, but CP, sorry about that.
Yeah.
But we just want to strongly agree the point you're making, or the points. Yes.
Yes, well, I was referring to the absence of a broadcast policy or something like that.
Oh,
A national
okay.
broadcast policy which exists in other countries, which will tell you the percentage of local content which you must play, and that sort of thing. If we don't have that here, well, it's a free-for-all. There's no person don't have to submit playlists for anything and so on. And you're right, everything you said. But I was going to make the point, Cecil, use of the calypso, all right, for promoting socio-political awareness and so on. The same way, I'll pick up from where I left off, the same way in which artists were brought together to bring people together, and you use that platform to transmit your political message. The same thing can be done in order to create awareness around what's happening in the region. There are many other songs which I call them integration songs. Okay, I'll begin with them. Well, we can go beyond the shows of St. Vincent, Chalk Dust, Seawater and Sand, the Black Man, your partner, the Caribbean Man. I'm telling you, powerful songs. Locally, well, you've identified Ipa and myself, and we have Princess Monique, if you remember. We don't know where she is now, but Beckett's, Love is the Answer.
Skinny Fabulous.
You bring together those types of artists to create a platform for you as a political leader. Because we bring the people together with the music, which has the message in it. See the difference? And then you can bring your verbal message, use a platform. It's done in other situations. It's an idea. Hope you're listening out there. It can involve some planning. You have departments of culture who can do that. And as a matter of fact, this should be done in each CARICOM territory, and you have your link up.
And outside election.
That's right. No, it has nothing to do with election.
Right, okay.
You have your link up. And this should help to raise the consciousness and the awareness of Caribbean people as to what is happening in these regions. It is serious. It has serious implications. And as I say, thing going on, I will say, we jamming still. I mean, Trinidad.
That's a nice song.
No, but that song, who's saying that?
That's Rada.
No,
Rada. A guy from Trinidad.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The house called Bondong, jamming still.
The Treasury Bondong, but we're jamming still.
So that is the kind of thing that is happening. We still jamming, and that's going on. People getting blown to the seawater.
Yeah, and
we jamming still, and there's an armada off the coast of Venezuela outside Trinidad. We jamming still.
Yeah.
But that we jamming still could be consistent with the idea that we are a zone of peace. So while the others fighting, we're at peace. We jamming still.
But is it?
But he put it in for he using the lines as though we under pressure. All right, and we want to still go and party. You understand? That is the way how we look at it. Well, that is the message he's sending to the people. You're having all this thing happening around you. That is adverse to your whole development, and you ain't paying it no attention. That is the message you was
jamming still.
Yeah.
How much of a difference can the Calypsonian make really in these circumstances? Can we, as Calypsonians, get the big powers to change the attitude, change the approach towards small island developing states?
Well, that's the reason why we're singing that all the time. We're trying to sing that in the head, so that they could wake up with it. And, boy, I hear with CP say the boy, I think we really like to pay attention to certain things. I listen where Ipa
It's about awareness. Yeah. That's what we're saying, awareness.
And if you're really conscious enough, you will jump aboard and see it for what it's worth. Instead of just arbitrarily going down and do what you feel like.
Pigeon, the Calypsonian. Yeah, like I said, I'm pleading, don't forget, the Calypsonian has several different roles, right? And Calypsonians can help to change government. You know that.
Yeah.
We do it all the time.
It happens. It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
We can bring down a regime.
Beckett
we can
Horn
put
for
one
them.
in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beckett Horn for them.
So don't slide the apocalypse at all. We are supposed to be agents of change. We can effect change, all kinds of change, and through the music. The music is powerful,
Music is power.
very, very powerful indeed.
So why do you think those folks bring them in during election time?
Precisely.
If
that
they're
point.
To draw crowds.
Well, they're powerful enough.
That's right.
But yes, so you think we should there are some reactions so far.
Yeah, well,
Not many, but we can read what's there, and then we'd open up the line for other people to. Somebody was the point. One of the points you were making recently, CP. Somebody said yes, CP. That's it, right there. I think it's the point about you're making the point about the way in which Calypso lifts awareness.
Yeah,
I think that's one of those one. And somebody said, good morning, two Calypsos are relevant no matter the period. Meaning the two Calypsos which you played, they're relevant no matter the period. The song about political matters without being political. Congratulations to the two great sons of the soil.
Yeah, without being partisan, I think.
I think that's
that's what
without
exactly.
being partisan,
Without being partisan.
political, yeah. But there's some others. Somebody says here, Federation failed because of the, well, I read what he has. The Federation failed because of the idiot who came up with the equation 10 minus 1 equals 0. 1 from 10 equals naught. But more idiotic was the remaining 9 didn't stand together and prove that equation wrong. Well, I don't think he fully get the essence or the depth of Federation, even if this was a popular saying, but it doesn't really go to the base of why Federation failed. So he was this person just responding to usual Facebook type of expression.
Yeah, I think though, and it shows that people need to really inform themselves.
Which is what you're saying, CP.
Yeah, I keep saying that so you can speak from an informed position, because I think that comment, and it was by Eric Williams.
Yeah.
It was made, I think, after the fragmentation of the Federation, right? Pijan, you should be able to correct me on that. It was made after the fragmentation by Eric Williams, 1 from 10 equals 0. I think that's the context. That's the context,
this person saying,
I think Eric was making the point, if one leave, all should leave.
I think that's what the point is making.
That's the idea he had.
In any event, which, as Ipa said in his Calypso, that wasn't the right. That was the right approach to take to Federation.
The second verse of my song speak to that, and
you remember? Tell us what it is, Ipa.
It's saying, "Tell me how much have they profit when the Big Island denounce it and went on that egoistic trip, thinking that they would benefit because the Big Islands, right? They figure that boy, we good enough. You understand? So I say, tell me how much have they profit when the Big Islands denounce it. They went on that egoistic trip thinking that they would benefit. Now Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, economy feeling real pressure. Their money keep on declining. So with the IMF, they go on siding. The OECS currency controlled by the ECCB, a more stable economy. That's the aspect of unity. So with the whole region together, working under one umbrella, we'll be able to stand firm and mighty, raising we heads high for all to see, one Caribbean nation."
And I think there's, I don't know if it's in yours or in CP's, where you said there will be challenges, but we've got to work to go beyond those challenges.
Yeah.
I don't know, CP, was it you?
IPA.
Yeah.
That's the last verse.
But can you repeat it first?
Verse?
The last verse, yeah.
The time is now more than ever for us to come together, putting our differences aside.
Right, that's the key thing.
forgetting about the contention and strife. Let us now build strong foundation and start elevation to move on in certainty and leaving the problems behind we. For in this world, there is so many changes. Europe now collaborated.
Exactly.
Despite the political policy, they are striving for unity. So we gotta take such a warning, because a new day is dawning. Because the Europeans they come together now. Europe came together and formed the European Union. So I say we have to take such a warning, because a new day is dawning. And forward to the 21st century, our people got to move positively as one.
What year did you compose the song?
I think that is 1990. 1990.
1990.
Yeah.
CP, I see you wanted to come inside.
Yes, I songs as if he's lecturing at the community college.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be my point, in that I would like to see that such calypsos be used as content in classes, in like literary, to do literary analysis, which the A-level students have to do. Break the song up, break it up, and analyze it in terms of its content, the use of language. Before, I was hoping Ipa would not explain when he said you were coming together. He went on to give the answer. That was a good question for the students. European Union. He didn't mention it in the song, but he explained it. I'm saying to support the idea that the content in some of these calypsos are good enough to be placed in an examination. You understand? And we need to examine it carefully. You know, lots of information. It's loaded, as Ipa said, after the first verse, what else to sing? Because it is loaded with information, but in a poetic form, where you cannot use too many words. So one word speaks a lot, and you don't have to interpret that one word.
Would you say, both of you, would you say it's the basis for further research and understanding?
Certainly. Certainly. One will have to research, okay, Europe, get together.
Yeah.
Go students, go and find out. They must come back to you the next class and tell you about European Union.
Yeah. The challenges they're having and how they're overcoming those challenges and all of those things.
You see CARICOM, let's come back home. Let's come to the region. You see CARICOM, I mean, I'm sure there are persons who are not quite sure what is meant by this body. For example, how it started, when it started, who it started with, because it did not start with every island. Just for the 4 large islands, you know? And then, the Treaty of Chagaramas, the revised Treaty of Chagaramas. These are academic things which you find in the music.
That's right.
From Calypsonians who's supposed to be what? Drunkards, rum shop.
Well, we know that is not true.
No, that is not. You know, there are some persons who still carry this mindset. Right? And I want to use Dr. Hollis, Liverpool, to dispel that. A man with a PhD and proud. Some of the best calypsos in he's now retired and relaxing. But, you know, his research, I have to say, helped me to understand. Because when I went off to do, you know, certain studies, that's right. I did some papers and in the area of calypso, and I had to research, you know, Hollis Liverpool and others. You know, tremendous work indeed. And this is a time to shout up Bamba, Joel.
Oh yeah, we haven't
forgotten you.
We have
I have to say thanks to Bamba, yes, because when I was abroad studying, Bamba had gone before me to KFL, and I found his research paper on
for those
calypso.
people who don't remember,
Yes.
Bamba is CP's talking about Joel Providence.
Sorry, Bamba. Joel Providence, right? Yeah, he would have done quite a bit of research too, and his paper, you know, exists in the library, and I was able to use it, you know, to help me to develop mine and so on. So it is very interesting, and I want to see this subject get into the classroom. I do have a problem with teachers writing calypsos for children.
Instead of teaching them.
That's right. The children are mouthing the grievances of the teachers. But you can tell when you hear them. You know, so we can teach the children to compose their own calypsos on their own issues, you know, in language arts, integrated with social studies and so on, you know?
And CP, you're saying this is how they deepen their understanding and
course.
build their awareness
Yes.
in terms of what's happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in
And the wider
Jamaica,
region,
in Trinidad, or wherever in Guyana. So the whole region. So that they would be able to have a better understanding, a better grounding of how to respond to people like Donald Trump, and others.
You see, because if the population from young come right up have an understanding of what I'm talking about here, they will be able to appreciate the seriousness of what is happening, because the groupings we're talking about the OECS, we're talking about CARICOM, and then I mentioned earlier the groupings involving the Caribbean and Latin America, you know. There are issues there too. So there are issues in CARICOM among the English speaking, and there are issues in ALBA and CELAC, of which St. Vincent is a member, and several other territories who are a member. Everybody does not belong to ALBA. You know, who are the members belong? So this is classroom stuff here. This is classroom stuff for our students to understand, you know, the seriousness of this fragmentation, as it were.
I would like to make an interjection here, as it is not it's not really in keeping sternly with what we're speaking about, but I sit down here with CP and I ask myself, CP, with all this wealth and knowledge, why CP is not still in the system?
That's a pertinent question.
You understand what I'm saying, man? Yeah, and come on, man. Somebody show me a bone. You come here, you listen to CP.
I think he
CP
means
is an
education. I think he
educator.
means the education.
That was
but
it.
still, but hold on. You have knowledge and contribution that you can continue to make. I think that's
what give the authority to say that you are redundant. Come on.
CP, you need to respond to that.
No, I'm
Just kidding.
This is not for CP to respond to.
No.
This is for the system to respond to.
I have been a teacher, as I said my profile to you.
Yeah.
A teacher, educator, administrator, spanning a period of 38 years.
Yeah, but
so is it your choice not to continue to?
No, not at all.
Right.
That's what I'm speaking about. That's what I'm speaking about. I'm asking myself, and it might not go for everybody, because everybody
it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah. I mean,
some people dwindle physically early, and some people could withstand the test of time.
Yeah.
And when I look at CP, you ain't look like if you feel weak or losing it or anything like that. But the wealth and knowledge you have taught in around, and you can get to disseminate that knowledge in a wider capacity.
I'm doing it right here now.
Yeah, you're doing it here now, but
we have a
should be.
Of how many?
We have to thank the host for having us here, because some of the things we speak about here is we're going to hear they say on this occasion. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But this knowledge needs to be going further than today.
Well, we have a big listenership, but beyond that, I agree with you.
Yeah, come on,
I agree with you. I agree with you. But not only that, I think the other point you're raising is that in terms of dealing with the current issues that face us, that come to us, if our population was more grounded into that knowledge, into that awareness, which is where CP and yourself come in. CP should be one of the agents, in a formal sense, to help with that grounding, that understanding. I know that's what you.
Even though you take him out the classroom, there is space for CP.
There is space.
Come on, man.
There is space. I agree. And no others, but CP in particular, as we're dealing with it this morning.
No, I think my background and experience coming through the education system, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
From the bottom.
Gentlemen,
right
I have to, calls are coming in. And
bring in the calls there. We need to get some cross.
Yeah, but
we are here about awareness, the use of the calypso
to
create awareness, right? of the current situation, right,
Yes.
Ipa?
Of the current situation, I agree with that in terms of it. No, but it's not. No, but you're part of this. You're part of. You're one of the agents. You're one of the agents to enable that kind of awareness, right, CP?
Yeah.
Let's take this call and hear what this person has to say. Good morning. Welcome to the program. Actually,
Good
just
morning, Mr. Ryan. Good morning, Ipa. Good morning, CP. Good morning, Rodney.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I gotta call him. I gotta get you know, Mr. Ryan. I like the subject matter. The medium of the performing art. You have two aspects of the medium of the performing art.
no. All right. We're looking at. But you're looking at
another medium. What you call edutainment. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, just starting and all them men just deal with that. Edutainment. You're dealing with the performing art to feed people's psyche. Because wine and dance and things, and when they lie down and sit down, things start to come back and help them to think. The performing art, we put it simple. I just call it abstract food, you know. Because nobody could eat them things. Nobody could eat a CD. Nobody could eat a movie. Nobody could eat a football match. But you're paying to see them things. So I come to the conclusion it's feeding with mind, it's feeding with psyche. And the best way to say like this is through the medium of the performing art. Look what's happening Jamaica, Trinidad, the States. Why think America so powerful? Is the performing art medium.
so link that understanding. Link what you're saying. No, hear me. Link what you're saying to the topic that we're discussing in terms of calypso this morning. I know that calypso is seen as an aspect of the performing art, but let's be more grounded this morning.
I coming home. The medium of the even carnival, we have it as entertainment.
I think he must have
run out of credit.
Yeah, could be. I'm not sure. But let me just read quickly this comment from this person, then we can have others accept calls from other people.
Yeah.
This person is saying yes. Okay. Yes, send a message to Donald Trump. This region is not a garbage dump. That's CP's line from this calypso there. That last line is very inappropriate and unfortunate. It comes from an xenophobic. How is that any different from Trump referring to a people and countries as garbage?
I think
Trump is proposing to send not garbage, send the people, not garbage. I guess in an effort to rhyme. Well, I don't. You can respond to it.
Yes, I can.
Respond to it.
Of course, I can.
Yeah.
In art, and calypso is an art form. Things are not to be taken literally. You see, this is the thing. The medium we're using is not an essay. It's not a narrative. It is actually poetry. Yes, and very often you have to go beyond the literary. Well, more than often than not, you have to go beyond the literary and go into the metaphoric, the literary devices, yes, and the poetic license is a slightly different thing. But this person is actually reading or listening literally, unfortunately, right? You're not to read the art or interpret the art literally, or you will not get the full understanding of it. And that's where literary appreciation, which I refer to, comes in.
All right, so that explains that, right?
Yes,
okay, fine.
certainly.
I have to go to the line because a number of calls are coming in.
Go to the line, yeah.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Cecil.
Hey, Lansford. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're doing well.
Happy New Year.
Thanks, and same to you.
Good afternoon to your guest, Cecil.
Mm-hmm.
Persons who have interacted closely with over the years. Mr. Hall as my teacher. Good morning, CP.
Thanks, Lansford. Good morning to you.
And Ipa, who was a colleague at work.
a man who performed a very important service for this country for many years. So recently somebody asked me if I was still on the job, and I couldn't answer them. But I know Ipa. Morning, Ipa.
Good morning. Good morning. I am a retired sanitation service member
A
now.
lot over the years as well.
Yeah.
The topic that you guys are discussing is very important at this point. I don't need to say that. I think everybody who's listening knows that. But we can start from the very last comment that CP had to explain there. And the referral of CP song as being xenophobic. And I reject that completely. Because while CP is poetry, the people that Trump wants to send here, he is the one who labeled them garbage, and Trump wants to send them here as garbage. He wants to put them in the hole, which I would not add the prefix to, but those who pay attention. You see, we are the backyard of the Americans, and those who, not that I agree with that,
Right.
but that's what it is. That's what they say, and those who grew up in my time know that there was a very important building located in the backyard of most houses, most families.
Underprivileged family.
What we put in that building is what Trump is
trying to do
actually attempting to do with his deportation that we are confusing with refugee. The folks may have gone to America as refugee, looking for sanctuary. But Trump is deporting them. He doesn't want them. And then I take offense with a Caribbean leader or Caribbean leaders who are signing, whether it's an MOU, and we know while an MOU doesn't have legal standing in the case of Trump, I am certain he takes that to mean a legal agreement. And while we're making that agreement with Trump to take what Trump wants us to tell our population that they are refugees, we are saying up front that we don't want our brothers and sisters from Haiti. That is so ridiculous. I have made the point privately and publicly in the past that Haiti is a great source of labor for the economic development of the rest of the region. And we should stop the isolation of Haiti. We should put systems in place that we don't bring in the thugs here. And if they seep through the crack and get here, we should have systems in place to take control of them very early and deal with them in regards to the law, with respect to the law. But we must stop that in the Caribbean, and I agree with you guys that the Caribbean has to be one. There's no other way we can survive. But while I see the Caribbean as one, we cannot hide by the OASIS that they must guide our decision with respect to taking Trump's deportees into our country. That we cannot hide behind the OASIS. You see, the OASIS have had their discussions, but they all, maybe outside of St. Vincent, I'm not sure of that, had made their decisions already. So it appeared to me that that statement about guided by the OASIS is a curtain they're putting up.
Smoke screen.
They are refusing to stand on our own. The Vincentians do not want any deportees coming to St. Vincent. Many of them may have been radicalized. We see what is happening in these developed countries. Look at what happened in Australia recently. You have a man there who you thought was a good citizen coming from a certain background. And one day he and his father just erupted and killed so many persons. We don't want that in St. Vincent. Trump and his government and his people, they have enough land space where they can contain all who go to America. They have the resources, the money, and whatever to keep them there. They must keep them there. We don't have the land space here. We don't want them here, and we must say that to our politicians. I want to go back to the topic, though. Sorry, CP, for straying a bit.
No, that's all right. That's okay, Lansford. Yes, of course.
You see, Calypso is much more than what we take it to be. I did English in primary school, secondary school. But it is long after, while I passed the exams, the exit external exams, it's long after I really gained an appreciation for the language. And much of it became true because of my listening to Calypso. It is in Calypso, all of the literary works that people like CP and Miss Thomas, Miss Leacock, and the others taught us in grammar school. It is all bound up in what CP and I and the others do. All of the literary tools come out in what they do. And I agree with the point. While CP is retired, given his experience, his knowledge, his training, and the practice, well, the experience means the practice that he has done over the years, there is no reason why the CXC has what in other institutions are, the college, our college, has what is referred to as two fundamental courses. So one Caribbean something and one something else. I don't remember the names. Why CP can't be involved in teaching those courses? As a matter of fact, a course similar to them should be developed that all who pass through our college should take. And as you said, Cecil, that is what will ground our children, our students, as they come into adulthood with respect to our society. These fundamental courses. When we go to university, we take them for granted. Some of us leave them to the last semester and just belittle them. But they're very important, and that's why they're called fundamental courses. And I believe that if our college is to develop and to serve us well, that is something that those who are there must be looking at. While we talk about CP, because CP is before us, there are many other persons who are in the society who can do it and who should be doing it. But I believe CP would be an excellent choice. I really like the topic that you guys are doing. I mean, this is not my expertise, but I'm sitting and I'm listening and I'm enjoying.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Nice contribution.
All right, Lance. Well, thank you very much. And again, anytime you want to come in, just feel free to. He's gone. Sippy?
Yes, I want to respond.
He's not online.
That's all right.
Okay.
That's all right. And I'm really happy that Ipa and I can be here to use our work to trigger this kind of discussion. Yes,
Guys, that's why I reached out to both of you.
and we need to be here until 5 o'clock this afternoon. Just bring me lunch. Bring me lunch, and I'll be here till 5. Because there are related issues. Lansford,
but let me remind you,
apologize.
the calls are coming in.
Yes.
So,
do not apologize, Lansford, because you're bringing in an issue which is related to the question of the deportee and the refugee. And you see, I've been following. I try to follow.
Calypsonian had to follow everything.
Thank you very much, Alpa. The Calypsonian has to be on top of the issues. And this is a national, regional, and international. You have to be on top of it, right? Not only that, but I tend to jump into my research, right? There's confusion out there, and I'm using this platform, Cecil, with your permission, as educational forum. Yes, I see it as
But
such.
I just have to remind you that the cause are backing up here. But yes,
There's
but make your point.
out there, very quickly and importantly, quickly out there. There's confusion out there between what is meant by a deportee and the refugee, and it's coming from people in officialdom. I'm telling you, people in officialdom. They're not. The terms are being used interchangeably, and they are not synonymous. Yes, deportation is when somebody is forcefully removed from a country because they violated the immigration laws, overstay a time, commit a crime. Right? With refugees, someone fleeing things like persecution and war, armed conflict, natural disaster. Now the Haitians, as you know, the boat people going across the channel, they're running from violence, you know.
They are refugees.
They are refugees, right? However, refugees can become deportees if the refugees commit a crime. These are concepts that need to be taught so people will understand and don't use them to mean the same thing. So, and then why can't the country take deportees come back to their country of origin? Many countries do that. You take your people. But why are you sending the question of the third party deportee? You know, somebody from another country who don't have roots there, who don't have family. You know, these are the issues, and these things are being thrown on our Caribbean leaders. We hear about them signing memoranda of understanding, and as my student said, you know, they have signed this document. And then when the population forced them to explain, I've seen them come on TV. I'm sorry to refer to them as them,
That's all right.
But I've seen politicians come on TV because they are forced to come to explain to their population. And they really sound like wimps. I have to say so.
They can't explain.
They cannot fully explain. You know, one Caribbean leader has said that, there's an upside, there's a win when the refugees or deportees come. That's just try to spin it, but thank God the populations of today, you know, you cannot spin things on the populations of today.
Everything is at your fingertips now.
You know, so we have to be aware, and this is where the awareness comes in, and this is where our role is. People must be aware of what is happening every step of this thing. It was for a long haul. It has just begun. So we gotta get ourselves prepared.
All right, let's take this call.
Please.
And we come back. Good afternoon, Kojo. Greetings.
Good morning. Alpha and CP.
Hey, Kojo.
Hey, brother.
Some of our local historians.
Oh yes.
And teachers. You know the sweetest thing about Calypso that a lot of people don't realize. When we are singing for competition, a lot of people just go into the tent and hype up because of the, they don't really listen to the Calypso, they listen to a line and they love that line or something like that. And they get help. But I take, for instance, CP sound like upgraded. I call it upgraded. I think you might have to upgrade again very soon too, CP.
Why?
Things keep happening, right?
Why?
The dynamics change every so often.
Okay. All right.
We can't keep, especially with Trump in power, we can't keep up. So.
But Kojo.
Yeah.
Trump was not in power in 1985, but CP created a peace then.
I know. Yeah, but this one of a lot of people don't realize, this situation flourish every 20 years or so.
Every 20 years?
No. When I say flourish, I mean it's working, but it's explode because they can't keep it.
That's right. It's like La Soufre. It's there all the time, but it erupt.
Yeah, it's
all
there.
right.
Soufre. So
Like
right, so for
yeah.
the start, it's just team and thing with that and unnoticed. People don't notice it. It's the same with the situation in the world. It's happening, but a lot of people don't notice it because it explodes. But my thing is what I was saying is that the calypsos that because I'm a city and I can know and you know that we have a thing called the Calypso College every Monday night on a station called Street Radio Station. Street Radio.
Yes.
Anyhow, when you listen to Calypso after the fact, most of the non-political Calypso because the political Calypsos they're political and they after Carnival they're done. They're basically done.
Yeah.
But
But Kojo, you mean the partisan political calypsos?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's what I meant.
Okay, all right.
But when you listen to one Caribbean and you have
Dignify the Caribbean.
Dignified Caribbean, dignified. I mean, those songs can be sung entirely every year.
Every day, every year.
Yes. Every day.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The Black Star and Caribbean man sing well too. That song is not going to die. That's why I always wonder why people write songs that the guy just after Carnival, they can't live. There's no life in them. They have a heartbeat for Carnival for how much time in the tent, and if they make it Victoria Park, then they have. Because after Carnival, their song is dead. And I agree with CP. Calypsonians are, and like some people say the newspaper that is not printed. But I see those more than newspapers. I see Calypsonian as the mouthpiece of the mass of people who cannot speak for themselves or who doesn't have the voice. And so when you have that kind of responsibility, I think you should use that responsibility more wisely than just saying something about. I mean, I don't feel.
All right, Kojo. We have a lot of people lined up to make calls because. All right. So next time, thanks for calling this time.
All right.
Have a good day.
Okay.
Yes. And we have a lot of people lined up. Let me take this one right now. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, greetings to each and everyone.
Same to you.
Yeah, and to the listeners, them the same way, near and far. Yes, I was listening to the Calypsonian name in City.
Yes, CP and Hypo.
Yeah, I your message and your words to your music. And when I brother was asking you, how come you didn't reach that far, with the music because of your knowledge that you're pushing the energy, But then when I look at it, I can look at it on the wrong, I ain't trying to be on the negative side because I don't think negative. But I think if you was get the backative, with you with your music, you would have go further than how you is right now.
When you said the backative, that's what you said?
Yeah. I think
I know, I understand. But I want to ask, I wanted to say exactly, you mean from whom? From whom?
Right, the support, right. That's what
support.
I'm talking about. If you was got the energy and the people them was supporting you like
you mean from the public? From the public?
Right.
Okay.
Right. By pushing the knowledge where you sending to your music.
But you don't think the radio stations should play a role also?
Yeah, everybody's supposed to play a role, man. Come on. When great music come in, we're supposed to play great music, not the negative music.
All right.
And most of the time, radio station play negative music than positive music. It's the truth.
Yeah.
So, and, they have a whole heap of great music that they can educate the people them with, but I don't know for every reason, they're keeping it down. And then I send a message to the children, then where them can, get wiser, stronger. And then we all can unite. That's how we're supposed to unite, because our people been down for a long time, fighting against one another, and it shouldn't be that way. And when love is there to share, we have to share the love and share the message. As we say, respect is the foundation, and when we respect one another, come on, we can go a long way. People need to cut out of them, foolish and negative vibes, and start to take more positive and respect them brothers and sisters. And then, we live in a little island, and then when someone come up with a good song, then I want to support, then think different things. Well, he's supposed to retire. Come on. And again, the thing about it again, if a children, you have a youth and it's dedicated to sing a folk song, a blues, jazz, or whatever. Yeah. You don't say because, she born in Philbert, she's not supposed to sing that. That's her talent.
Yeah, that's
so right. You have to straighten her with the talent that she have.
I got you.
Because once you appreciate your art, it's a couple, art is supposed to sing any kind of song.
All right, brothers. Look, I'm sorry, but there are a lot of people line up.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, we can go on to somebody else.
Well, enough blessing and respect, man. But when I just walk out this one shot.
Yes.
If a youth want to sing calypso, soca, reggae, they have to, and then sing in the right and in the message. We have to back them
Wizzy,
up.
Hold on a bit. I'll come to you in a while. Go ahead, finish.
Okay, cheers. All right, bye.
Go ahead. You gone?
Yeah.
All right, I think he's finished. Yes, Wizzy, greetings and welcome to the program.
Greetings to the entire panel. CP, Mr. John, and yourself.
Hey, Wizzy, morning.
How was England, brother?
Don't even ask that. It's cold, mate. It's cold. The weather ain't not letting up at all. But let me not take too much time up. I'm driving, but I was listening to the program prior to coming out the house. And at that point, it was centered around the issue of the responsibility of the Calypsonians as it relates to current events. And I wanted to just elaborate a bit on that, because many times we have a few, CP and IPA, you guys have landmark, trademark calypsos, which are reflecting a bit of the geopolitical situation as it relates to the Caribbean at the minute.
Yeah.
And those songs are 20 plus years old.
Got that right.
And it just shows.
CPO is double.
Well, there you go.
Yes, go ahead.
So it goes to show that the vision at the time was spot on.
Yep.
And many times when it's current, it gets lost in terms of the true meaning and the true impact of what is being presented at the time.
Yeah.
Well, just to elaborate on that, part and parcel of my contribution to the Vinci Mass this year, as I reflect 48 years in the business.
This year as in 2026?
Yes.
So it's coming up. All right.
Yeah.
Right. I have a similar track, which I wrote back in 1998, which was recorded. And because of what's happening now, I'm going to do a remake of that track, and it's called In These Times.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it's important that we continue the messaging.
Yeah.
Because we are in some very dangerous times right now.
Yeah. Hey, Wizzy.
So that's my contribution.
Yeah, before you
and
go.
I'll get some. Okay.
Before you go, I want to let you know that the Calypso Cabaret, which you a part of, was accepted now in the Calypso Association. So.
Yeah, I heard you were the interview earlier yesterday, somehow or the other.
Okay, great.
I will fill you in on that. later as we go down.
Yeah.
Let you know if they still reserve my slot.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Weezy.
Good luck.
Somebody
Good luck,
say,
guys.
somebody is saying that you thanks and that you were his teacher or her teacher.
Oh yes, that was my profession before I gave up
All right.
teaching to go full time into the music.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Tell her
Take care.
thanks, and I hope she is a progressive individual now.
I
from
don't know.
the tutoring.
Okay.
I'm
All
sure
right.
she's
Take care.
listening.
Take care.
Thank-
Well, I know that we have a call now. We take it. Greetings, Dr. Scott. I mean, Dr. Cox. I keep messing up your name. Dr. Cox.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Good day to you, Mr. Ryan, and to P. John. Good day to you. Hello?
No, go ahead. CP was posing a question to you to find out if you're on the land or whatever.
King CP, I'm coming for him, you know. King CP knows the I'm coming for. He knows. He knows. King CP knows the tea I'm coming for. He knows. He knows. He knows. Firstly, Mr. Ryan and P. John and WEFM, as I always say, this program is one that allows for people listen to you across the globe when I'm in Europe and so on. So I want to thank you for that. But I would say that for bringing CP and IPOP station. I won't be long, but there's some important things I want to ask or address, comments I want to make. And I have a specific question to both gentlemen, right? CP, how you doing? I hope all is well. IPOP, long time no see. Everything good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Right.
Things nice.
Right. Now, firstly, as a lawyer, as a person trained in international law, I should know that there are conventions and protocols which covers the status of refugees. I think the first of these was passed in 1951. I studied this a long time ago at university, so I don't depend too much on my memory. But what I can tell you is that somebody who's seeking refugee status cannot be deported according to that agreement to a third country, save and except he or she agrees to that. You understand? That is as how I remember that agreement. So Trump's behavior is breaking international law, right? That's the first thing you need to understand. Secondly, a deportee is a fundamentally different person from a refugee. A refugee is a person who's running away from his country because of his political idea or his religious belief. He's been persecuted for one reason or the other, okay? And because of that, he has to leave. Deportee is a reject. It's an undesirable. It's what we call in Latin persona non grata. In other words, the state does not want that person there. I'm sorry to be technical here, and I'm trying to be as simple as possible, but I think the intentions need to understand what this is. Okay? So it is somebody you reject, somebody you don't want in your country. And Mr. Weeks was absolutely correct. Except one thing, which is this. According to the Money Reduction Act 1823, we are their backyard, but now we are the dumping ground, right? The garbage they don't want. We have to understand what this means. So I come to the Calypsonians. The Calypsonians have a responsibility to play their role, and it's not a choice you have. It is a responsibility to educate our people as to what these things are and what it means. Listen, we have a crime problem in our country. We've had it for a long time. This is not the present government. So I don't want any, because every time Richard Barron Cox says something, I'm against the NDP or somebody else. I don't know why, right? So now, this is not an issue that has plagued St. Vincent because the NDP is in government. It is something that has affected our country. And tell me, CP, please, where you see we going when Donald Trump started to send back all of these rejects, and some of them are criminals and God knows what else? Do you think we're really going to be able to handle this? This is a joke. You understand? And for those who say that CP's song is xenophobic, I'm sorry. Yeah. And I make no apologies. You simply do not understand what you're talking about.
True.
You simply don't understand what you're speaking about, and you should be quiet. It's as simple as that. Now, I listened to you play both songs. CP, and I think what I love about CP, this is what I love. He has his his finger on the pulse of what happened. This song was made 40 years ago, and he immediately realized it's played at this point in time. That's amazing. That's somebody who's truly in tune to what is happening and how the Calypsonian role is. Now, CP and Ipa, you might recall who said it. I can't recall, but I remember one Calypsonian Trinidad once said, the Calypso is an editorial in song.
That's Duke.
I'm sure you will remember that, CP.
Yeah,
The Calypso is an
Duke.
editorial in song.
Mikey Duke.
And that is what...
Vincentian
Yes, and that is-
Calypsonian Duke.
Exactly, right? His name is Kelvin Pope, actually,
Kelvin
right? His name is
Pope.
Kelvin Pope. Right, his name is Kelvin Pope. Now, and he made that point that the Calypso is an editorial song, and CP has proven that in his re-release of this song of 1985. It is an editorial song. Now, Ipa, we're talking about Caribbean unity, but Ipa made a song years ago called "Tell Them." I don't know if that's the title.
Yeah.
But I remember he made that song. And in one line of it, he says this, tell Argentina to take up the anchor and sail and let peace prevail. I don't know if I can remember the words of his song, but I remember them. You
For
understand?
20
And what
years.
Ipa was making the point, and which is what CP makes the point, this is a zone of peace. Get to hell out. We don't want any war here. That was the point Ipa was made in. That was after the Argentinian Falkland issue. I don't know if you remember this thing,
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
But this thing is real. No. What I'm saying here is this, that the Calypsonian, and when Ipa began to speak this morning, he mentioned somebody who I call our philosopher Calypsonian, a man named Sully. And I do not know if you remember, Sully made many, many songs, but he made a song called
Rescue?
When's the Track?
Oh.
Right? No, I'm coming to rescue, but he made When's the Threat? And he says in that song, When's the threat to justice and democracy? Who's the threat to progress and prosperity? Who really threatening we? Trampling on we dignity, right? Who's doing that? And that is what CP is answering. We need to dignify the Caribbean. He also made rescue. When he said rescue economy, save we from bankruptcy, the poverty and misery. You remember that song I put, right?
Cost of living.
All of that.
Keep killing we.
No.
So bring technology so we could promote more.
Use more.
Yeah,
Because
the guns and bombs.
We only bring more sorrow.
So,
So, Uncle Sam, we know you hate corruption. Bring Vincentian.
Arrest mission.
Yes, right? No.
And Dr.
No,
Dr. Cox, I have to let me just say before you continue. I want to say to Dr. Cleve Scott that he can call after listening to you. So he's lined up.
All right. I will wrap up soon, but I just have a couple of questions which I have to put King CP on the spot. King CP, I have to put him on the spot. And you know I'm coming for him, CP, you know I'm coming for him.
Yes,
you know that I'm coming for him. You know. Firstly, as Ipa said, and as we all know, CP is a master at this thing. Not just in writing, not just in producing, but even on stage. When CP comes on stage, I don't think anybody in St. Vincent uses stage better than CP. He's just a master at this thing. And all of a sudden, he is now only into parang. And we can't get a serious social commentary from this man. It's not that he doesn't know this.
Well, some of the parang serious commentary. But go ahead.
Cecil has responded. Thank you, Cecil.
But go ahead.
Right?
Go ahead.
No, I mean, he's tackled some serious issues with his parang. There's no if and buts about that. You know what I mean? I mean, he talked about the poor and we helping them and look out for the scam man and all that.
That is social commentary, Richard.
Yes, but CP belongs in the park, in the big yard. He belongs there. That is his place. That is his place. So my first question to CP is this. Will we ever see him come back to writing that kind of political social commentary? And will we see him in the big yard? That's
all right.
That's a double question.
Just one more question. My question to Ipa is this. Ipa has over the years completely refused to get into the up your bump and wine business and jump and wave. He has refused to do that. But that is where the money is. So what makes Ipa's commitment to this thing continue like that? Because he can easily do it. Ipa can write well enough and to get into the jump and wave, you know? And both he and CP, you all mentioned Black Talent. Black Talent's gift was to be able to tie serious commentary into party sound.
Wait, Dorothy.
Right?
Wait, Dorothy.
Yes, exactly. So those are my questions. CP, whether you'll be coming back on the main stage, IPA, this whole business of making money in the jumping wave, and why you don't do it, or what is your commitment? And finally, how do we tie Calypso into, dance music in the way, for example, Black Talent did? Thank you very much. I know I've taken a lot of time.
Thanks for calling and for your contribution. All right, then.
In the interest of
Great
time,
contribution, Dr. Cox.
In the interest of time, I'll answer Richard offline.
Yes. I appreciate that. I want to now try and get Dr. Cleve Scott to call us so we can accommodate him. I won't be taking any other call except it's his.
Yeah.
So
in the meanwhile, I would also like to say congratulations to Dr. Scott and Dr. Denny and Dr. Adrian Fraser on the signing of the book signing in Barbados is last week.
No, it's coming up.
It's coming. Oh, you see.
No, hold on, you might be right. I think it's anyway. He's on the line now, so he could answer for himself.
Okay.
Dr. Cleve Scott, greetings and welcome to the program.
Good morning to the #1 radio program in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Cecil.
Good morning.
Good morning. Joel is still in, I wonder if Joel is still in Georgetown. He called me yesterday, told me in Georgetown. I ain't preached on yet.
we don't spread propaganda on this road.
Good morning, CP. And I'll begin by saying, in my career, CP has 2 milestones. Firstly, he taught me and Jules. Jules listening, just messaged me just now. He taught us literature.
Okay.
And Cecil, believe it or not, the very first song I ever recorded was 1984, Rhythm Color Fungolo at
Vinci
Excellence
Mass.
Band Room
Vinci Mass, 1984.
Edinburgh.
Yes, that's it.
Road march. So that's the first road march I walk on.
Okay.
CP, good morning.
Good morning, Cleve. I should call you Cleve on the... Yeah, man. Cleve.
It's all right. Once he accepts it, it's fine.
Morning, Cleve.
And I'm very happy that you made yourself available for this morning's program.
I had to use something to wrench him out to come out. Yeah. Plus, he was he had an ailment. And still, but he willingly agreed to be on the program because of the nature of what we were going to be discussing this morning.
Yeah, but Cleve and Cecil, Cleve, just to hold a second. The truth of the matter is, I'm mic shy when it comes to interviews. I will sing on stage with the microphone, but I really don't like radio interviews. So Cecil would have worked some magic to get me here today.
Yes, Cecil gets you up because things December, me and Jules trying to get you out. You send the keyboard, but you won't come. And Ipa, very good. Ipa, you have your new tent. And Cecil, you probably don't know this, but Ipa would tell you probably Monday would be the first time I'm doing a major event, and he's not part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been to Grenada, Trinidad, and Barbados and me.
Yeah.
Singing the family. And
opening up for Dr. Scott.
And the event tomorrow is which one? Tell our listeners.
Yeah, tomorrow the history book of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, written by myself, Dr. Gary Michael Denny, and Dr. Adrian Fraser. We are launching it at the Cable campus. It will be live on WEFM, and to make sure we have the best quality, WEFM is sending its top engineer to make sure everything is good.
And who is that person?
I can't call the name. That would be propaganda.
I happen to know who the person is, but it's all right.
Yeah, so you can follow on WEFM. WEFM will bring the complete. You will hear speeches from the top university administration, the principal, the deans, and so on, because it's an academic event. Some people are asking questions. But people have to remember that I am a university lecturer, and CP would know about these things, and IPA too, because IPA has been to conferences with me among university professionals, and Dr. Denny too. So we are active university professors, and as part of that, we are required that when you have a publication, you must have a flash so it could go on your record for promotion.
Mm-hmm. Would it be streaming on Facebook, on YouTube or anything like that?
Yes, it would be live. Once it's on WEFM is on everything.
Okay,
Come on,
so no, you see, I'm being the devil's advocate. Come on, I just want you. I just want you to make that pronouncement. Right.
And it would be on YouTube. And of course, Calypso Cabaret, I know have a Facebook.
Yeah.
So Calypso Cabaret, you could follow it on Calypso Cabaret Facebook, right, Ipa?
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Cause
I just want to congratulate everyone, but there's a fundamental point I want to make, which Ipa, I know is quite aware. Ipa came to Cropover, spent a lot of time with me in the Cropover, and he saw the investment that Admiral Nelson and myself had been putting in to promote Calypso, doing late night radio programs, doing early morning TV programs. And now the Calypso Finals in Barbados is a sold-out event, up to 15,000 people. It was shown free, and so many persons in Calypso and St. Vincent messaged me, called me and said, how will y'all get those kind of people? And that's why I'm glad that CP is up, because CP, you could be one of the persons not going on stage, but because of your knowledge, I'm sure we would find some time for you to do that kind of work. Right, Cecil?
True.
Well, I'm giving the fact of him being on the program today is an indication
that he have.
I'm trying to influence others, including the WEFM folks, to that CP has. I'm trying to through him to demonstrate that he has an abundance of skills and knowledge. Great depth of knowledge, which should be utilized, which is what Ipa said earlier on. So I'm hoping that,
yes,
and Lansford as well.
The methodology we learn from the mighty Charters. When I was at Teachers College, Chester Rogers, way back before CP, you ran away from grammar school and went to Teachers College first, right? And then
That's right. Yes, that's the route.
You left me. And CP is the best teacher. Andrea Bowman, ambassador, she's a good. But CP was so good with the young warriors, and my rated analysis was formed by people like CP. But the point is that we could use Calypso to do so many kind of analysis, and I'm sure that CP could play a role in that. I would make myself available, and Ipa is there. People like Ipa, Vibrating Skates. We could pull these people in from time to time to use the Calypso to look at the questions that Professor Richard Cox, so eloquently put. So I want to wrap it up there, Cecil. We have 10 more minutes. I don't want my 10 minutes take away from my broadcast tomorrow night.
All right.
So all the best.
Thanks for sharing with us this morning. Today, actually. Not...
All right, thank you.
All right,
bless up, Dr. Scott.
Give my regards to Dr. Denny. Dr. Denny also had a foot in the Calypso business. He was one of my props on stage when I did Dignify the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah?
First of all, I did it at Cave Hill campus. I won the crown there with that song.
Yes.
And then we were both at school at that time there. He was on stage. And when I came to St. Vincent with the song, he was there again.
There too.
Yeah, that's why he was known as Grubby at that time.
Yeah, still known as Grubby.
Yeah.
I just want to say a lot of different people listening. Tony Stefan from Dominica, he listens to the program religiously.
Okay.
So he's commended as a good program today. Yeah. Well, as usual, anyway. We have another call here. Let's go to the line. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Couple anniversary. Man City won the Calypso Monarch in 1986, so that's 40 years. This year's 40 years. He also won the crown in 1990. Last year it was 35 years since he won that crown. I won the crown in 2006. So it's 20 years since he won the crown. And his partner, Rejecta, won the crown in 1996, so that's 30 years this year since you won the crown. I'm subject to correction.
But you're a historian in your own way, man. Go ahead.
In my own right, one question, and I'll listen to the answer off the air. In 1999, the manage won the crown. You were upset about it and you never took part in the competition again. Was that the
CP?
reason?
That's a me.
You
That's
stopped
me.
taking part in the
Oh,
competition. I
but
will listen
except
all the
the
answer.
CP, we're discussing. I don't want to get into those issues. I'm sorry.
I know.
We're
Okay,
discussing.
no problem,
Okay,
no
thanks for
problem.
calling.
You mean when I
Thanks.
let the one man
Leave that.
Yeah, but let's not. We're discussing. We're focused on the
All
role
right.
of calypso
We are
and
not heading
The
down.
moderator
awareness.
say we can't hear that.
Yeah,
Another
yeah.
program.
You can come. You can deal with it
Another
with
time.
him. Another
Yeah.
time. But right now we're focused on
Yeah.
building awareness.
Dignify the Caribbean.
Yeah. The program can do without. It's popular already. We
Yeah.
don't need controversy. So we don't need to. Yes, we have a few more minutes on the program. The number to call is 457-9997. In the meantime, let me just read a few more. Melissa sharing with us the book launch information, which Dr. Clee Scott has already alerted. And he's saying here, there's a book launch on the history of SVG. Is there any reason why it has been launched in Barbados and not St. Vincent? So, Dr. Scott is off, so we can ask him that. Maybe we should.
Wasn't there already a launch in St. Vincent?
I don't know. This particular.
No, they're different volume.
I guess.
Somebody, Weezy, if you're still listening, somebody's saying to you, Winston is saying hello to you for my primary school teacher, my former primary school teacher, or for me, my primary school teacher. Yes. All right. So, Weezy, you might be listening and still I'm hearing Winston saying that.
I have a question for both.
Yes.
Hyper and CP. Regarding the role of Calypsonian soca artists in promoting political events or political platforms.
Can you just hold, Pigeon? Don't respond yet. Let's take this call and we'd allow you to respond after. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good
Particularly
afternoon.
to our great Calypsonians. I want to salute them and thank them for the contributions they have been making over the years.
Thank you very much.
Now, I think Dr. Scott explained the reason for the launching in Barbados properly where he was there. The launching of the book. Are you hearing me?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think somebody asked why the launching was done in Barbados.
No, not was. It's going to be done. It's going to be done tomorrow. Not was.
Yeah, whatever it is. The person asked why it was being launched in Barbados, but I think Dr. Scott adequately responded to that.
All right. Okay. Thanks. That's it. That's your information point. Are you going on to say other things?
From here. Then Dr. Scott said why it was done in Barbados, that he was a member of the UE staff, etc., etc.
Can you remind us of what he said? Oh,
he's doing that. But
you should know, man.
But we don't need to. Let's move on from there. We don't have a lot of time remaining.
Yeah, but you seem to be doubting.
No, I'm not doubting. I'm not doubting.
Why are you to be confused? No, man.
I'm not doubting, my friend. I am just saying we have limited time remaining.
To salute the gentleman and to say that Dr. Scott may explain that already.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So we have a few minutes remaining, and perhaps we could. Pigeon, yes.
Yeah,
Pigeon
I was
was
saying
asking the question.
the tendency is for the art form to unite. How you explain artists appearing on various political platforms?
My response is going to be a very strange, Pigeon. Respectfully to you, sir, I would encourage you to pose that question to the artists who perform on political platforms. That would be my response.
Party political platform. Yeah, party.
Yeah, that would be my response. You have to pose that to them. But there are lots of factors involved.
Hyper?
Well, I tell you something, right? Every artist would like to sing to a mammoth crowd. Every artist, you know? And I understand the political parties pay a hefty sum of money for using that time and stage also. So I just think is a twofold thing where the artists want to get some money and to perform to a big audience. You know what I mean? Some people will refuse to go on certain platform to perform because they don't want to be seen one way or the other. Because we got a kind of
party wise.
Yeah, we got a kind of tribalism in the way how people look at political party. For instance, I said this at this time. I just tell people, I say, well, hey boy, my party lose, but my government is in power.
I like that.
You understand? Because that is how we have to look at it.
Yeah.
You understand? Everybody have the political persuasion, but I'm not a person who figure that, my party is nothing and I ain't do nothing to help to develop the country. You can't think that way. If you're thinking that way, then you're not being patriotic. You have your own conviction of which party you like, and nobody can stop you from that. That is your right and fundamental freedom to choose which party you like. You understand? But any government in power has to be your government, and don't try to bottleneck or do anything adverse to hinder the progress of the government in power. That is how people have to look at politics. And I want to see the
Put
day.
your country before party.
Put your country before your party. I want to see the day when we could all get back to the way how we were when the politics is over. We drink a Morbi and we get along with our lives. Stop crying this thing here like if it's a burden on your shoulder. When the political, they have 5 years there. So what you going to do? Grime yourself out for 5 years? I can't live like that. You understand what I'm saying? So my party lose, but my government is in power. And let me look at life like that. All right?
Very interesting.
Very, very. So, gentlemen, I have to get a promise or a pledge from both of you that you'd grace us with your presence sometime in the future.
The only hindrance I have, right, is I nearly
not in
forfeit.
this season.
I nearly forfeit today, because I don't really like to give my word, and I can't support because a person is as good as the word. I am a retired person with the system, but I'm also a taxi driver. So when the tourist boat is in, I gotta go and get my copper. Today was a challenging one at the cruise ship terminal today, so I could come at this event, But if it clashes where the dollars had to come in before, I had to take the dollar because the bills had to be paid. But anytime you're having a program and you want to invite me, I'll be making myself available once everything is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
don't know if it's
but any as you're there,
Sippy say.
as you're there, can you comment on to this program? Because basically we are just about finished. What is
this program? Well, it's the first time I ever came into this program, and this is a wonderful. I don't know if it's the issue at hand, and then we are persons who sang and see this happening before it happened. It gave me the authority to speak.
Yes.
To this event, to this program, and I am happy to be here to impart any knowledge or any words of wisdom to the listening public. I'm happy to be here, and I'm thankful for your invitation, to be in company with you and Mr. John, and especially CP. We don't always see and talk, but CP is a person I have great admiration for his talent and his contribution and everything like that. And I will try to further ask him to be a part of my Calypso tent, which is the Calypso Cabaret, because I know CP have a lot to offer our community still.
I heard mentioned earlier in the program and a couple of times about the the Calypso Cabaret.
Yeah, the Calypso.
But you didn't. Did you make an form? I didn't hear it. So could tell us a bit about the Calypso Cabaret.
Well, the Calypso Cabaret is a new tent. The first time we're going to be we are now being accepted in the Calypso Association, so we could have a tent season along with the rest of the Calypso tents now. So and it's myself and people like Patches and other persons, people Rastaman, I and so forth, who came together and doing this tent. We still working out some certain things, but we want to approach it in a kind of different way. We want to have young people involvement into our tent. We want to invite people like CP. I spoke to Carl Williams and Roxy Rose as writers, and we have persons who we approaching for administrational, help and so forth too. And we want to have something more grassroots and more appealing to the public at large. And as I say, we want to fill it with a lot of youths. We want to get the youths involvement. And this is not just singing calypso. We want to have dancers. We want to have magicians and so forth. We want to have a whole cabaret. You understand what I'm saying?
And hence the name?
That's the name. That's the name. Calypso Cabaret, Yeah. And we're looking out for big things this year. And I hope we could get a lot of people on board, because we need sponsors and everything, commitment and so forth. And as the time go by, we are work in progress, We might have to ask you to come back to speak. Yeah, I will. Yeah.
One of your musicians mentioned that you formed a band and he's a member of the band. That's how
That's how you get to understand.
I was at the barbershop yesterday.
Okay.
The
drummer.
Oh, you know that. I didn't call his name.
Yeah, man. He's a tower of strength, man. Yeah. Sean Jack.
Yes.
Yeah, Sean is a great drummer, not just good, man. He's a great drummer, and he's a person who wants to teach too. That's what we interested in. We don't just want to have it for ourselves. We wanna spread it. We want to spread it right through the all the village and you see, I personally think the era when they used to have Volume 5 practicing down the up Bella Vista, Climax practicing down the. We used to, as youths, we go into them band rooms and listen, and that is what we want. We want that to happen again.
Okay,
you understand? We want to revive that kind of atmosphere. And as I say, I want to ask people like CP to be a part of it.
That's what you raised with Wizzy earlier on?
Yeah, that's what because Wizzy was expressing this, willingness to be a part of our organization. So.
All right.
Yeah.
CP, unfortunately, we got to end up the program. We couldn't go until 5 as you had indicated. because
we got a lot of things to address. So we're going to have to come back.
Yes.
Because this issue is just beginning. Trust me. We look at the beginning. There's a chain of events, and I really like the population to stay close to the information from the source. Yes, you had the extrajudicial blowing up of the little pirogues in the Caribbean. That's where it started. Then we had the extraction of the president of Venezuela. We haven't even talked about the visa restriction situation, which is a part of this whole thing,
Yeah.
And the question is, how can one put on the visa restrictions and still ask us to take the third party deportees? Our leaders got to get on this. Our leaders got to speak to the nation. And our role, Calypsonians, with this kind of integration songs, we will bring the people together for you. But please, speak to our people and explain to them where we're at and where we're going. Some persons have signed memorandum of understanding, and then, it's serious. Yeah. We cannot hide in the dark. It's going to affect us politically, socially, economically. fragmentation in CARICOM already. It is serious. And my job here is to bring the awareness along with IPA. I hope the audience, I hope people have been listening and reflect on what we've said today on this program. And we'll be back, IPA.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Are you working? Well, no, you've mentioned the tent has been is there already. But CP, are you working with any younger Calypsonian? Are you advising them?
I do a kind of consultancy.
Okay.
I have a professional approach
Okay,
to the
okay.
business, to music as a whole.
Okay.
Like I'm available as a contract musician, which I
Okay.
knows, that sort of thing.
Okay.
I do score music. I assist with the writing, etc. behind the scenes.
Okay.
So I'm very much involved.
We could talk more about those things when you guys come back, especially leading up to our Trinity Mass here in St. Vincent.
Certainly.
And I hope those persons, some of the other colleagues who are involved, have been listening to the program, because this has been a wonderful program.
They are listening.
A wonderful program this morning, and it has gone a long, long way.
I want to encourage Calypsonians for this Calypso season to try to develop themes dealing with the situation in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
That will help, so we get more material.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, CP. Right. Spot on. And guys, it's been a wonderful program. Pijan, would you?
Yes, it's definitely a
wonderful program today. And I mean, others have said it.
This has been our third in a series of programs focusing on international affairs.
That's right.
And this was a little bit different.
Yes.
We didn't expect Calypsonians to have so much insights.
Well, they have I've always known Calypsonians and Calypsonians have a lot of depth. And this is why we've reached out, and it has proven itself. And I just want to say, I'm so pleased with our guests today, both of you, but also last week, Dr. Kwashi. He did a wonderful job last week.
Well, he's a doctor now. He's a doctor.
Well, not necessarily. He's a Vinci, and his circumstances have led him to being a very deep man in terms of his thinking.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He's a doctor. So
Okay. Yes, but you don't have to have the title to be good.
I know.
As both of you have demonstrated.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Both of you have demonstrated. So again, thank you very much. And we've had a wonderful program this morning. I just want to say thanks to
sponsors. Yeah,
no, we don't have no, we don't. I'm trying to bring back up my. Oh yes, okay. I want to play a piece of it as we're going out of the program.
Okay.
So to all our listeners and those persons who called and participated in the discussion, we said thank you very much, and we always appreciate your contribution to the program and to WEFM generally, and we look forward to being with you another week or so. Well, another week, another Sunday from now. My name is Cecil on behalf of CP and IPA, Pijan and Kiran. Good afternoon.
If we try federation and it didn't work as planned, why should we now change our course of direction? Search for unification is an important mission for our scattered people, in the Caribbean. Individually we just can't make it. Together we must fight and shape it for the benefit of we children. We gotta pave the road for them. So now with proper planning, our goals we will be achieving. With the grace of God the Almighty, we cross that bridge to victory as one Caribbean nation, one cultural projection, one God, one name, one destiny. If we want to live our lives happy, we got to check for unity, One Caribbean nation, a regional integration. One God, one name, one destiny. If we want to live our lives happy, we got to check for unity, me how much have we profit when the big islands still unseat. We on that egoistic trip, thinking that they would benefit. Now Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, economy feeling real pressure. Their money keep on declining, so with the IMF they gone siding. The OECS currency controlled by the ECCD. And most stable economy, that's one aspect of unity. So with the whole region together, working under one umbrella, we'll be able to stand firm and mighty, holding we heads high for all to see. Yeah. One Caribbean nation, one culture projection, one God, one game, one destiny. If we want to live our lives happy, we got to check for unity, yeah. One Caribbean nation, a regional integration. One God, one name, one destiny. If we want to live our lives happy, we got to check for unity, yeah.